And we're live! Everybody wave! Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Wednesday. My name is Jamie Marco, and I am one of the co-founders of When She Happens. And I am so pumped for today. For those of you that follow our page, know that we've been doing That's What She Said live cast for the last few weeks that we started with a lot of our members and getting to know them and hear more from them, what inspires them and what their business is like. And it's been a blast. And today we are launching our first roundtable discussion. So you can see I've got a few other friends with me today, a few other members, and we're going to be doing this once a month. So if you're interested in being part of our roundtable, just comment, let us know. We would love to have you. We'll invite you. We're going to mix it up here or there. So today, though, it is not about me. It is about our members. And we're going to go ahead and take a minute to go around the table, our virtual round table, and have everyone introduce themselves. I'll tell you who they are and what they do, and then we'll jump into some fun questions. So let's go for it. I'm going to go ahead and pass it this way. There you go, Janet.
Thank you, Jane. Appreciate that. Hi, everyone. Janet Hazuda, Achieva Credit Union. And talking about members, we're a member-owned credit union, and you can join us. We open our doors for anyone who lives or works within our footprint from Tampa down to Naples. And we try to make financial dreams come true. So we are banking for good.
Love it. Thank you. Go ahead, Rachel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Swanson. I am a business banking relationship manager with JP Morgan Chase. I help business owners in Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, Sarasota area with concierge service.
Go ahead, Heidi.
Okay, I'm Heidi Schild, and I am a nutrition and wellness coach, and I specialize in whole food plant-based cooking. So my goal is to get people off of meat and dairy, show them really healthy ways to eat, easy recipes and cooking, and getting themselves healthy.
Love it.
My name is Debbie Turner, and together with my husband Ray, we own and manage Turner Real Estate Network, and it's a small boutique brokerage. And we have agents, and we can cover territory from Tampa down to Venice.
Perfect. Thank you. And it's not that I'm not looking at you guys. I am reacting to some of the things happening on Facebook. So just know I'm hearing everything you're saying. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephanie Dolzneski. I am a certified Optavia health coach, and I help transform people's lives one healthy habit at a time. There are 4 components: a health coach, education, community, and a structured eating plan. I coach locally and nationally, now internationally, Singapore and Hong Kong. I do free health assessments. So if you really want to change the trajectory of your health, give me a call. I would love to sit down and have a one-to-one about your health.
Fantastic. Thank you, ladies. We appreciate you sharing that. What a great group we have today. And I don't just say that, I really mean it. You all have been to our events. I've had the opportunity of actually meeting you all in person for months and years, some of us. And we have fun when we have our in-person events. So thank you for being here today for this virtual guinea pig experience. So we're going to have some fun. We truly believe that you do business with people that you know, you like, and you trust. And one of the things about When She Happens is that we never started this group just for referrals. We didn't want to be that transactional. We started this group to build relationships and to build friendships. So today, we're not even going to be talking about referrals. We're not going to be talking anymore about your business. It's now about who you are. And we're going to inspire others and just have some fun. So we have 3 questions we're going to go through, and we'll each get a chance to answer and hear from you and go from there. Are you guys ready?
Ready?
Okay. First question is, what inspires you and why? So we'll go with you, Janet. We'll go round robin.
Okay, thank you. So that's a huge question, first off. So thanks for making me first. I think innately I'm a motivated person. What inspires me, though, is truly to connect with other people. So I'm not good in isolation. Thanks, COVID. But it's true, though. I feel the energy of other people, and I love to connect. And I love everyone else's story because I think it's so much more interesting than my own. And that's how I weave myself into your life, is to understand who you are, what motivates you, and actually what inspires you to keep going too.
Well, then you're just going to love the rest of this part. Thanks for sharing that. Rachel, what about you? What inspires you?
You know, I think whether it's in business or personal relationships, just being around people who are positive and grateful and people who are there to be able to build you up when you need it and kind of talk you down when you need it too. You know, I mean, really surrounding yourself with people like that are the people who inspire me to be better each day.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. I have a friend who I used to call her my ledge sister. She would talk me off the ledge.
We all need one, right?
Yeah, my person, right? Heidi, what about you? What inspires you?
I would say that I'm really inspired when I hear other people's stories, success stories. Probably in these past few months, I've probably spent way more time on social media than I should. But I'm involved in a lot of groups, mostly health related. And I love reading other people's stories to see where they started their journey and what they've done to do it. And, you know, I read those and I think, you know, and then I go to reach for a food that I probably shouldn't have. And I go in you know, up here, I'm like, oh, wait a second, I probably shouldn't do that. But, and everybody's, that's really what keeps me motivated and going, is hearing other people's stories.
Thank you.
And I hope I can see them in person sometime.
I know. No kidding. Well, we're doing the best that we can. Debbie, what about you? What inspires
That's such a great word for me because I need inspiration every day and I'm kind of purposeful about getting it. So one of the people I follow is Robin Sharma, and he's very inspirational. And I kind of flood all my sales and support team with his videos and stuff all the time. I'm always saying, and it's some of them are only like 5 minutes, some of them are an hour, but it's I really look for that. But more recently, I've just been inspired by people, cashiers and parents that are working from home with their kids, and just the little like small things, like things that people are going through right now, really are touching me and just in a big way. So
it's true. Inspiration comes from so many different areas. You know, sometimes it's just simply a neighbor or a friend that you know. But you guys are all telling that story. I love that. And last but definitely not least, Stephanie, what inspires you?
What inspires me most, especially at this time of our lives, is really being able to connect, you know, technologically, because, you know, we are really isolated, and to be able to have all these different platforms to connect with people. And what really also inspires me is my clients and my coaches. I mean, I find a lot of help in my journey. So it really helps me through my journey, helping them with their journey.
So it's such a similar thread there with all of you, how you're inspired by your clients, you're inspired by other people's stories, you're inspired by connecting with people. And that, you know, it's so wonderful you all said that, because it's really what When She Happens was about and what inspired us to start this networking group. So it's really great to hear you even solidify that even more. So let's have some fun. You know, Kara can't join us live today, but she is there. She's saying hi, ladies, on Facebook. So
hi,
she is
Kara.
And so the next question is, what celebrity, living or dead, would you choose to have a meal with if you could? I'm going to embarrass Kara because she's not on here. Just kidding. She said Jason Momoa, which I was like, really? Out of all the celebrities, that's who you would choose? Jason Momoa, Aquaman. I think he's Aquaman, right? Is he
Okay.
I mean, it's a good one to choose for sure. But so you can choose anyone you want. It could be a political celebrity. It could be a television, movie, musician, whoever it is. What celebrity would you choose to have a meal with, living or dead, and why? She answered herself.
Jason Momoa.
So this time, let's switch it up. Stephanie, why don't you go for us? And then we'll go round robin like that, around the round table.
So I would love to sit down and have dinner with Regis Philbin. You know, he had just passed away, and he was just very, very humble, very funny, very warm, and just loved everybody. And I really feel that that's, you know, who he stands for and who, you know, I emulate, because he was just such a force to be reckoned with, professionally and socially.
Yeah. He did it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a long time, he did it all too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And stayed humble throughout, and everything you
Stamina.
said about him was really kind. I love that's a great. I love that. Thanks, Stephanie. Debbie, what about you?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm with Kara. I know, I'm just kidding. I mean, 20 years ago, I could think George Clooney, all that, but I'm very happily married for long term. So, I don't know. I'm a foodie, so whoever I share my meal with, I want someone that's going to be really passionate about food and wine. And someone that I've always admired is Jennifer Aniston. I know I've seen like her and Courtney Cox out different, and some of her other long-term friends that, the phones are put away and they're always having a nice meal. And I think there's a lot of things to admire about her. She's been through Hollywood. She's really maintained her health and her looks and her grace through, a divorce that was very public and painful and just relationships. And I just think that, Hollywood can kind of chew up people and spit them out. And she's really, raised the bar, I think, for that. And I just think she'd be really fun. So Jennifer, if you're watching and you ever come to this area, dinner's on me. Just give me a call. I'll make some reservations, something really quiet. You pick the wine though.
There you go. We will tag her in this, Kara. Make sure you tag her in this, please. Our area is being prone to so many more celebrities now. The homes that I don't know if you guys know, but Pink has a home out in Lakewood Ranch now. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Cruz is building a brand new house on Siesta Key. I mean, we've got a lot of big people coming here. So she might already live here, Debbie. We don't know. We'll
All right.
Heidi, what about you?
Well, I'm going to, in the same vein of Debbie, I'm definitely a foodie. And my person would be Ina Garden, the Barefoot Contessa. I would do anything to have a meal with her, and maybe we would even cook it together. But she actually taught me how to cook virtually. I really I had no skills in the kitchen, and I was a young, married a few years and a new mom, and a friend of mine had us over for dinner, and she made this incredible meal. And I go, how did you, what is this? And she showed me the first Ina Garden cookbook, Barefoot Contessa. It was just her first one was. And after that, I was hooked. And for years and years, I didn't cook plant-based. I made, used glug, tons of olive oil and everything. But my goal now is to convert all of her recipes to plant-based. So that's kind of like, I would love to collaborate with her someday, maybe. I don't know if you're listening.
Yes.
Well, Kara's tagging them all, so hopefully we'll see it.
Some of your fantastic food, healthy, but really, she's so down to earth, or she seems so down to earth. And I just think she's an amazing personality that I think it would be so fun to be with her.
I love it. Thanks for sharing. All right, Rachel, you're up. Who would your celebrity be?
So, I'm close to the same idea as Kara, but Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, I adore him. And Debbie, I too am happily married. I adore my husband, but I love The Rock. So, the thing that I really love about him is he is incredibly handsome, of course, but he's very confident, but yet humble. And he has risen up from poverty. Now he, has millions and millions of dollars, and he shares it. He gives it to other people. He too is a foodie, so he'll kind of talk through food. He has his own tequila. So, there's so many great things about him. And he ultimately, more than anything, loves his family. And, he's got all girls, and it's just really kind of cute to watch him. But I just think it would be neat to spend, dinner with him, kind of talking with him about his journey to where he is now.
Yeah, I just saw that his show was canceled. The HBO show that he was on, what was it called? We used to watch Ballers. And it's so funny to watch. But you're right. He is so humble as well. When you see him in an interview, I don't know if you've seen him sing his "You're Welcome" song to his little kid. If you've watched that on Instagram.
No.
If you like him now, Rachel, just go watch that. It is you're like, yes, please. Awesome. Janet, what about you? I'm so waiting for this. I don't even know what's going to come out of her mouth. That's
I
good.
know. So I really did think about this, and I think that one of the things that kind of I grew up with, I model after is Carol Burnett. That show was so instrumental in my own life. She came out and did so many different characters and broke character and laughed with her on camera, and that was like so much more inviting of a celebrity to come into the show with than to keep character the entire time. And so I really enjoyed that. She was so talented as a writer and a publisher, actress, singer, and the way that she conducted herself with her troupe was just comic genius. And if there was one thing that I wanted to do was to be like that and have my own show, but I cannot sing worth a lick. So dogs put their hands over their ears.
She was at the Van Wezel last year. She came into the one woman show, and my husband, I'm a huge fan of hers as well.
Yeah.
And he took me to go see her. And she is, I mean, I don't even know, she's like in her 80s. And
Right.
she was, I mean, a firecracker. And I stood up and I got a chance to ask her a question. So I feel like I had a conversation with her.
Cool.
Well, everyone was asking about the Carol Burnett show and asking her different questions about that. And I was like, I just stood up and I said, I love you, Miss Hannigan, because she was Miss Hannigan and Annie.
Aww.
And the whole crowd was like in their 70s. Like, what are you talking about? But even the fact that she would pull her ear to, to thank her grandma, like, it was just really very cool. You guys, those were great answers. I would never, if I had to guess what you would say, I would have never guessed any of that. So very cool.
What about you, Jamie?
Oh gosh, I wasn't preparing to answer. I would say, so, my thing, anyone that knows me knows that I really gravitate towards people that are kind, people that love to tell other people's stories, people that are full of energy, and people that always look on the bright side of things. And Debbie, you didn't know this when you shared with me recently about this person, but I am a huge fan of Reese Witherspoon. I absolutely adore her. I love what she does for the community. She had her own show on TV where she was interviewing people and telling their stories. I love her goofball side and how she just doesn't even care that she's being silly. She doesn't have to always look perfect. She'll post stuff on Instagram of her just looking real. She's a mom, juggling it all. She tries different things. And so I really respect her. And I would actually second echo all of you and all yours as well too. Those are all people I'd want to meet too. But I would say, if I'm saying someone that's not been said yet, Reese Witherspoon. So maybe she'll connect with me at some point. I don't know. Kara also put Sarah Blakely, which is, yes. If you don't know who Sarah, does everyone know who Sarah Blakely is? So she is the inventor of Spanx. And she's amazing. She's actually a sorority sister, not from my same school, but I was a Tri Delta. And if you don't read about her story. Her story about failure is phenomenal. And she always has these coffee mugs with different quotes on them. So she's got like this coffee mug collection. So super cool lady to watch as well too.
I think her mom lives in Tampa, where she's from.
Oh, really? I think she is from Tampa. I think you're right. I didn't know that she still lives there. Yeah, just follow her on Instagram. She's hilarious. And she's like a multimillionaire. All right. So last question. Here we go. If you could give your younger self a piece of advice, what advice would that be? And we'll start with you, Heidi, and we'll go counterclockwise.
Oh, I wish you didn't start with me. And I guess I have to go back to probably college. That was probably, where you start trying to decide for yourself what you want to do with your life. And I guess I wish I had if I could tell myself that, my younger self, I wish I had more confidence in what I truly wanted to do at that time, or obviously hindsight's 2020, but, I wish I had pursued a different path initially, and not listened or gotten caught up in, my peer, because, at that age, you're so caught up with your peers and keeping up And so I think that was probably my lesson, that I wish I had, kind of listened to myself and given myself a little more credit.
I love that.
And so
Debbie, what about you? Thanks, Heidi. Debbie, what would you tell your younger self?
Wow, I think I would just tell my younger self, don't let fear hold you back. Don't be afraid of so many things, of failing, of saying the wrong thing, of doing the wrong thing, and just be a little more adventurous. I think I was always just so cautious and trying to please everyone, when you're younger and you're afraid to speak up. And and so, I just think don't be so afraid. That making mistakes is where all the learning comes in, and especially, in any kind of career that you have, it takes a while to get really good at anything, and there's mistakes along the way. You've got to make them. It's a part of life, and it's a good part of life. And I actually look forward to the mistakes that I continue to make, because I know I'm going to grow from them. It's not something somebody can tell you. You actually have to be in the grind doing it and learning. And so I just don't be afraid. Don't be so scared.
I love that. Stephanie, what about you?
agreed.
I would tell my younger self, I was a chubby girl and I used to get bullied. And that really put a lot of bad stuff in my head. So I really tell her, it's like, it's okay. You're going to get through this one step at a time. You're beautiful. There's so much life ahead of you.
I love that. And I hope that there are many young girls listening to that story too. I love that. Janet, what about you? What would you tell your
Mine would be that to embrace yourself and understand your self-esteem is so worth it, that you're worthy. It's not that you're not enough. It's that you're in abundance of, and to go for it, not to have the fear, which is so true, Debbie, and just to feel that you've got the confidence and the self-esteem to go forward.
And Rachel, what about you?
It's okay to say no. I think as a wife and a mother and a professional, you want to make everyone happy and do as much as you can, sometimes to the expense of your own happiness. And there's nothing wrong with saying no when you feel that you're doing too much.
I need that advice today.
Me too. I totally agree with that one. That's a really good one.
That's all really great advice. And hi, Crystal. Crystal's saying hi to all you guys.
Hi, Crystal.
It's funny. We all have similar things we want to conquer as our younger self. And you go into an adult and you go into this, either a business owner, entrepreneur, you're working in a great role, whatever it is. And no one really ever sees what you went through to get there. And so when we think of women and we think about the journey that we have, there's that whole challenge going on right now on social media, where you're posting a black and white photo of yourself and you're challenging each other just to post yourself as a strong woman. And we all have these different stories. All of us may have been bullied. All of us may have, struggled with things as children. And now we get to where we are now. It doesn't mean your life is perfect. And one of the things about When She Happens is that we wanted to all come together and know that it doesn't matter who you are, what you do, where you come from, what your job is, what your background is. We are here to network with women of all shapes, all sizes, and all communities. And so it is so great to have you all on here with us doing that and hearing your feedback on the different questions. I'm going to end with one last piece, which you weren't prompted for. So they knew the questions that were coming before we talked today. We'll be transparent about that. Go ahead and each say this sentence and complete it. So if you really knew me, you would know that. And then complete the sentence. And I'll let us go in random order. So does anyone want to start? Not everybody at the same time.
I will.
All right, Debbie, go ahead.
If you knew me well, you would know that I love to make lists. I have lists of my lists. I have work lists. I have shopping lists for different stores. And then my friends, just for fun, as a turn on, will send me a picture of their list and be like, ooh, look at my list, whatever. I'm like, so that's me. I love lists.
I love it. Thank you. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right, go ahead.
If you really knew me, you would know not to buy me a plant. Because I cannot plant growing.
That's
I try. I really do try. I've done it. It's actually a lot of pressure for me. So I have flowers in the background. And so cut flowers are another thing, but a plant, no.
Okay.
That's so funny. Me too.
Not even like a cactus or something that would just grow away by itself?
Jamie?
You got it. No plants for you. Okay. No little shop of horrors for you. Heidi, you're going to go next. Go ahead, Heidi.
If you really knew me, you would know to never play a Prince song in my presence. I'm sorry. I know he's an icon to so many people, but there is just something about his music that just grates on me. So
No,
my husband
Sarah,
Joe,
don't tag Prince in this. I don't want his family looking at that.
whenever we're in the car, it's like I'm a Prince song magnet on Sirius, because as soon as we turn the radio on, there it is. Little Red Corvette or 1999.
His friends are crying right now.
I love that, Sarah. Thank you.
Oh, that is so funny.
All right, we've got a couple more to go. Who's going to go?
I'll do it.
I got both. I got sides this way. It's so you're so opposite with your hands. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yes.
So this one is goofy, I know, but if you really knew me, you would know I do not like odd numbers. And I know I work in banking. I work with numbers all the time, right? But it's a symmetry thing for me.
Okay.
So the other thing is if it's an odd number in my mind, like let's say if it's 19, I can rationalize it in my brain. I'll say 1 + 9 is 10, and then I'm okay. So it's just this goofy thing that I've done for as long as I can remember.
Well, what about the number 11? Because there is symmetry there. It's an odd number, but there's a 1 and a 1. So it's kind of like.
You're blowing my mind right now, Jamie. I don't know. I've never thought about that. I would always just think 11, 1 + 1 is 2, and it's all good.
All right. Well, I won't say it again to you, I promise. Thank goodness this started at 12 o'clock. Go ahead and bring it on home.
If you really knew me, you would know that I am a water bottle junkie. I have so many water bottles. It's crazy. I just love buying water bottles. Colors, whatever. So
I love hearing you say the word water. Can you? I love the way you say water. Your accent. I love it. I know. I love it.
Funny.
Well, you can never have enough. Right? I've got two right here. I've got not environmentally friendly this one, but I've got my other one here. So there you go.
When you open up the cabinets, Stephanie, do they all come tumbling out when you open up your cabinets?
I'm working on that.
Well, this has been so much fun. Thank you all for joining us for our first roundtable. Like I said, we really want to highlight our members. We'll go back one more time through, just say who you are, who you're with. So in case anyone missed it on the front end, we'll do it really quickly, just your name and the company you're with, and then I'll wrap it on up. So go ahead, Janet.
Janet Hazuda, Achieva Credit Union.
Rachel Swanson, Chase Bank.
Heidi Schild, Heidi Cooks Plants.
Debbie Turner, Turner Real Estate Network.
Stephanie Zlesneski, Optavia.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. You guys are on our website, whenshehappens.com. You can check us out there. Additionally, you can go on to our Instagram pages or our Facebook page and see more about our group there as well, too. We will make sure that we tag all of you guys in this post in your business. So people, if they want to connect with you, they can. And we're at 12:30. So 30 minutes with some fabulous members of When She Happens. We appreciate you. If you'd like to be part of our next roundtable for August, just message us and let us know. We're going to have fun. We'll talk about interesting things. And until next time, that's what she said.
Bye.